So I wasn't gonna do a video, right? But look at this rain. I can't see shit, right? But the reason I'm gonna do the video, I picked up the trailer from this nigga today, right? And I didn't see that the fifth wheel was pushed all the way back, which makes the truck ass heavy. So like I'm in 9th gear now, jamming the gas, and it really won't climb fast because it's ass heavy. Then the rain just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So being ass heavy, front light in torrential rains like this, it's very dangerous. You can jackknife. So I'm slowing down and then I'm running out of time. I have 2 hours and 58 minutes left to drive an hour, 115 miles in order to get to my destination. And I'm trying to creep at 50, and then the rain got worse. Then I tried to creep at 45, then the rain got worse. Then I tried to creep at 35, so now I'm doing 40. The point what I'm trying to make is, every time I get in the truck, there's some type of shit that's fucking me over. But that's not the problem. The problem is that people keep trying to frame me. So this load pick up at 4. I got there at 3. The nigga fucked around with the computer. I left at 4. Right? But they're gonna give me a 500-mile load all the way to Tampa. And look at the fucking rain. I can't even see shit. Then the headlights, I got the high beam on. The high beam is not even high beaming shit. And then I got a left headlight that's completely clouded and a right headlight that's good. You tell me how I'm supposed to make it there with the condition of this vehicle and with the fifth wheel pulled all the way back. The fucking rear of the vehicle is almost close to max weight. The torrential rains. How am I supposed to just speed down to Tampa to deliver? Now this is the fuckery, the setup, right? It delivers tomorrow at 10. So they're gonna say, oh, you had enough time to get there, right? But if I go take a 10-hour break right now and stop, I'm gonna be late for the appointment. I'm not gonna make the appointment at 10. I'll probably get there for 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Same shit again. Then they're gonna want me to pick up some shit, go back up there, and I'm gonna be in the same nighttime shit. And if they use the harp shit to make it rain, I'm gonna be fucked over again. Same shit. Which is forcing me now to have to drive straight there in this fucking rain. So that I can get there, take a break at the location, and then pick up. Now these other drivers, they don't understand what's going on with this truck. They don't know that the fifth wheel is all the way to the back and stuff. And they're very aggressive. You heard how he was just speeding past me, beeping me, honking me. Instead of just passing, he has to honk me and show me that he's speeding in the rain. Now I'm not gonna speed in the rain. I don't care how much money somebody can pay me. I'm not gonna create a dangerous situation because I'm looking for money. And that's what this dude was telling me earlier when I asked him questions. Now he told me that after I deliver this load tomorrow, I would have to pick up at the same location at 3 p.m. Tuesday. I checked him on that shit yesterday. I said, yo, why would I have to drop on Monday and then pick up on Tuesday? I'm gonna be down here for 29 hours just sitting around. Why would you do that? He's like, nah, man, I got something coming back for you, man. You ain't gonna sit down there until Tuesday. He's a fucking liar. I'm gonna explain why. Because if I don't sit down there today, Monday, till tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm going to go back up to Atlanta on Tuesday, right, for Tuesday. Then I'm going to come back down for Wednesday. Then I'm going to go back up for Thursday, right? So now if I go back up, look at the rain. Oh, God. So now if I go back up for Thursday, then I'm not going to come back down for Friday. I'm supposed to be off. So he's a fucking liar. Exactly what he said is supposed to happen. I'm supposed to sit down here for 29 hours for no fucking reason. And then, after that, I'm supposed to leave on Tuesday to come back up for Wednesday, then come back down for Thursday, and then go back up for Friday. So, the use of the HARP system against me has been going on for a very long time. People say, oh, it's not against you, man. You're not the only person out there, blah, 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 which is true. But this is the type of bullshit that goes down because at the end of the day, I'm still screwed regardless. These people out here probably like driving nights. They're probably night drivers. They like it. Me personally, I don't like it. Now, they forced me to drive night, and then all of a sudden it's been raining the whole fucking day. Well, it's springtime, you know, this is what happens in the spring, you can't take it personal. But if I don't deliver tomorrow, and then he's like, oh, well, I don't got nothing else for you, man, until blah, 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 and then I gotta take a break. I'm still gonna be stuck down here all day today. It's the same thing they did to me in Detroit. The same thing they did to me in St. Louis. The same thing they did to me the other day in Durham. They keep sending me places where they think I know people and sitting me down. Or creating a circumstance so that I'm sitting down there, and then they piss me off with shit like the fifth wheel not being forward and all this other stuff that create a dangerous situation. They will not quit. They make up a story like I was trying to do something wrong, it didn't work out, and then I quit. And this is what's going on. They keep creating these situations and then lying about my character. Then when I go back local, somebody lies and tells the local people bad shit about me because of my hair. Then I come back in the truck and there's a back and forth thing. Somebody wants me to get arrested. I don't know who it is, and they're government people. I don't know who they are. I don't know why. But they pull out all the stops. And they got the power to manipulate the weather. Whoever these people are. So this video is a record of, once again, I come out here to get a job, to make money, and as soon as I get in the vehicle, the time frames are warped and stupid. Let me rephrase again. This load I'm doing now, I should have picked up today, right now, this morning. I should have picked it up. Right now it's maybe going on 2 o'clock in the morning. I should have got in the truck yesterday, drove to the Pilot truck stop, parked there, picked up at like 6 a.m. today, drove down here to drop it off tomorrow, picked up tomorrow, Tuesday, go back up to Atlanta for Tuesday night, drop Wednesday, pick up Wednesday, come back down again, drop Thursday, pick up Thursday, drive back up Thursday, I'm there, I drop on Friday morning, I go home. That makes sense. So the whole entrapment that I'm talking about is self-evident, because now the way it's going, I'm going to be back on Thursday, not Friday. And I'm I'm not gonna come back down on Thursday to be stuck down on Friday when I'm supposed to be on a 36-hour break. So whoever keeps contacting these fucking dickhead niggas that own these companies and lying to them and telling them to allow me to get fucked over by brokers and all these other people to put me in dangerous situations like I'm in now, they keep doing it over and over again. And there's no legal representation, there's no lawyer, nobody. Now the rain just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I start making this video, it starts to get better and better and better. And this is what happened in St. Louis a little while ago. When I picked up that load, and all of a sudden it was raining a little bit, drizzling, then it started to rain, then it started to sleet, then it started to snow, and then as soon as I called the dispatch of Milan and said, hey Milan, y'all niggas trying to kill me. The broker's trying to kill me. All of a sudden it turned to sunny skies. Whoever has the power to do this is wrong. And they're doing this to me. They're trying to stop me from making money. The question is why? Why are you stopping me from making a living? It's been going on for many years now. And it didn't start dawning on me until I started driving and thinking about it in 2015. Why didn't I graduate the ULS program and go to Queens Law School? Why did they cancel me and then send me to some law firm and treat me like garbage? Why? And then when you look back in time, you see that it all matches up to some hate, some form of hatred being spewed about me and my character to stop me from being successful and using my ingenuity and my intelligence to have a better reality here. And now, every circumstance that I'm faced with, for the most part, is some circumstance where my credit is going to be sabotaged, my freedom is going to be taken away, or I don't earn an income to cause those two circumstances. So, this is just a record again. I get a job. The guy doesn't call me. Same thing with Bertram. All of a sudden he calls me and says, you're on my insurance. He doesn't ask me if I want to continue to work for him. He tells me he's going to wash the truck over on Moreland Avenue. I mean, he's going to pick one up. The quote-unquote other guy from Covington, Georgia, DeKalb County, comes down in an Uber and he says, oh, you're going to give me the Schneider truck. He has to announce that Schneider is involved with the vehicle I'm driving now, the vehicle he's picking up, and this guy who has the company. The guy forces me to drive a whole hour and a half almost just to park my car when he lives 20 minutes away from where I'm staying. And then he has me drive another hour and a half to pick up the load. So now I'm already 2.5 hours of driving. And then now I gotta drive in 11 hours. So for the whole day, I'm driving 11, 12, 13 and a half hours. That's illegal. Why is he doing that to me? Why is he tiring me down with driving and then forcing me to still go ahead and drive a full day? Because I'm supposed to come and meet this rain and then something happens because I'm tired. But you see, even though I am very, very tired, I'm in a situation where I understand like reality. And if it wasn't for the fact that I have a conscience about things, I would be in a bad situation. I'm eating peanuts, sipping a coffee every hour, drinking water. instead of eating fucking chicken and biscuits and falling asleep behind the wheel. And that's the only reason why I'm going to make it while I'm going tonight. And I need this video to be a representation of the fact that I've been being harassed by the United States of America for over 10 to 20 years, and I don't know why. I've done nothing in this country to deserve this. All I did was be born here, and people influenced my reality when I was young because they were caught up in believing in the bullshit. And when I realized the bullshit was bullshit, I started to live a different life. I started to focus on going to college, becoming educated, looking around and seeing all these dudes in the street. They don't have no education, they're in and out of halfway house. I didn't want to be like that. So I went to college, and now this is what I get for it. I get punished for doing the right thing. I get treated like garbage. I try to help people. They fucked up. They fucked up shit gets thrown on me, and then now I'm the scapegoat. And now because I'm the scapegoat, I have to fucking pay and be an untrustworthy character who can be treated like garbage and set up for demise. So once again, this video is just evidence as to what takes place when I get into these trucking companies. They use brokerage manipulation, time manipulation. He knows that I had to get up early to see him, right? So if I had to meet him at 8, at 11, I had to get up and do shit for myself, pack my bag, make sure my shit is ready. So you say I would have had to been able to get up for 8 o'clock. So if I had to get up at 8 o'clock to meet with you for 11 to get the truck and sign in and put all my stuff in there, then you forcing me to drive 2.5 hours just to get loaded, basically, right? All that time is wasted. Then you want me to drive an 11 plus a half-hour break. You're trying to kill me. There's nothing else to discuss. There's nothing else to talk about. The most appropriate, the most sensible, the most logical, and the most caring solution would have been, Brandon, I booked you a load, man. The load is going to go from Villa Rica, Georgia, down to Riverview, Florida. It's going to be a full 11. So what we're going to do is, I spoke with the broker. They wanted me to pick it up on Sunday, right? But I know that you're going to have to drive down, pick up the truck, drive back up there. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to come down, you can park your car, you can take the truck, and then go to the Pilot truck stop. That's right at the exit where you're going to pick up. Park there tonight, and then tomorrow morning, you get up and you're going to pick up at 6. I negotiated this with the broker, okay? And that way you should be loaded by 7, and then you should be heading down towards Tampa for 7, and you can deliver for Tuesday morning and be on the property so that you can get some rest tonight, and then you can also be able to go up and down and be back by Friday. That's not what he did. He set me up to be tired. He set me up to drive 13.5 hours today. And I don't know why he would do this to me. It has to be on record. Today is the following day. Today is what? Today is Monday. Now before I took this load, I called my mother and this dude named Elijah and told them the way that the shit was looking is like these people are going to send me down to Florida. When I get down there, I'm going to be sitting for at least 29 hours. If you hire somebody in this business and they can work, you want them to work. They're either going to leave on Sunday to do a delivery on Monday, right? But you don't book the load mad late for them to do an all-nighter. But every time I had to do something like that, even with the last guy I worked for, I had a delivery the next day in Kentucky. What time did I leave? I don't have to leave early, But if I want to make fucking money for that week, I will. I have to. I gotta leave by the latest 11:30. So I can start driving, put in at least 7 hours. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I want to push it, I could do 8, 9. Stop at 9:30. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 a.m. the following day you wake up, that's a 10-hour break. And then when you get up after the 10-hour break, you go and deliver. I've been doing this shit for years. But nobody's gonna fucking tell me that I gotta drive all night, pick up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then at the end of the day, I gotta drive a whole 500 miles to get there the next day. Even the last nigga that I worked for, when he wanted me to deliver something up to Kentucky, it's only a 350-mile run. He was like, yo, you coming off a home time? I'm gonna run you on a 350 run just to get you out of here. Then we'll book another load. So why is this nigga booking a 500 fucking mile load on the first run? What is wrong with this nigga? And then he knows I had to get up and get in the truck and do the ELD shit with him and all of that. And he still turns around and expects me to do a 500-mile run after I drove 50 miles to drop off my car and another 50 miles to go back to pick up the load. So by 3:30 in the morning, yesterday morning, when I stopped down on exit 326 in Florida, I basically did 400 miles for the day. I did 50 miles to drop off my car. I did 50 miles to go back to pick up the load, unaccounted for, right? And then after that, I drove 400 fucking miles. All through Georgia, into Florida, down past Ocala, and was pushing. Now mind you, this weather shit is crazy. I got other videos showing how the weather changes from this to blizzard in no time while I'm driving. It was raining all day Sunday, but not all day. It was raining as soon as I got in the truck, honestly. It wasn't raining all day. It only started raining as soon as I got in the truck. It started raining and pouring by the time I went ahead to get to pick up the load in Villa Rica. As soon as I got loaded, it was clear, like it was getting better. And then it was raining, light drizzle the whole fucking time. And then off of the light drizzle, you know that slows you down because that's slippery weather. I didn't realize till after I got loaded that the fifth wheel on the truck was so far back that the load was going to slow me down. The weight of the load is pulling me back while I'm pressing the fuel to go forward. Why would somebody have a fifth wheel set like that? I've never seen that before in my whole entire driving career. And if he's rushing me to go pick up and I don't have time and then I gotta go and then you gotta get there for the next day by 10, but then you leave it at 4 and then it's 500 miles away, which is basically a full 11 driving, not accounted for stopping for fuel, not accounted for the half-hour break, not accounted for weather. It was an unrealistic load to deliver. Either I would have crashed or whatever. And then by the time I got down to 326 in Florida, they shut the whole fucking highway down. And then I pulled over at the TA and was gonna push myself more. I called the nigga twice, he didn't answer. And then I went ahead to look at the phone again just to make my determination. And then it showed that the highway was shut down 10 miles to 15 miles after the original shutdown. So even if I would have detoured, went through 4 fucking towns in a circle just to come back to the highway, it was shut down again after that. What is that a sign of? Stop driving, motherfucker. You did 400 miles in the rain. And when I tell you it was not raining, it was not drizzling, it was fucking rain. drenching, severe Florida thunderstorm rain. This is what I was in. So long story short, I'm gonna have to focus on the road real quick, and I'm gonna continue the video. But long story short, I stopped at 3:30 in the morning. 3:30 plus 10 is what? 1 p.m. Why the fuck would he book me a load at 4 to pick up to deliver the next day? They ain't gonna tell me, well, I'll get to that. If he wasn't trying to get me to be fucked up in the game. And then now he holds it against me. Oh, you ain't trying to work. You got there late. So because you got there late, it's your fault. It's not my fault. You ain't trying to work. I got another driver. He left at 7 p.m. He left at 7 p.m. Got down to Orlando. He's reloaded already and sleeping. That nigga must have drove illegal. Because he didn't drive through the same fucking thunderstorm that I fucking drove through. He couldn't have. And even if he didn't have the same problem I had with the fucking trailer ass being pulling me backwards. So I don't know what type of game this motherfucker's playing or who he's working with to play it, but he's trying to play me as though I don't know what I'm doing. So if push comes to shove, I get there, I deliver at 3 o'clock, I'm off at 4. Now that I'm off at 4 o'clock, he tells me there's no loads. If I want to, I can wait for another load or I can drive back to Atlanta. Why the fuck would I want to drive back to Atlanta when you told me that when you hired me that where I drop off, I pick up? So you a liar. I'm not thinking I gotta wait for a load. You told me if I get in the truck, when I drop off from Villa Rica down in Florida, most of the time you just pick up right there. If not, he can go ahead and get a broker to do the load. They ain't gonna tell me, well, you don't want to drive nights. So because you don't want to drive nights, you know what I'm saying, then I can't book you nothing. So basically, he's firing me now. I didn't make it, so now he could be on some, oh, you didn't make it, so it's your fault, and you ain't trying to work. He wasn't out there in the rain, in the thunderstorm. And even if he was, the highway got shut down in 2 places on my particular route. The Orlando route was not shut down. So who gives a fuck about whether his homeboy made it to Orlando or not? The Orlando Turnpike was not shut down. I-75 was shut down. So how you gonna hold that against me? Then I go ahead to book a load. Ask him to book a load for me. Today. He sits me down for 15 hours. So 15 hours plus the 10 hours that I sat down already during the 10-hour break at 3:30 in the morning, that's 25 hours, isn't it? Didn't I call my mother and this dude I know, Elijah, and tell them they gonna try and sit me down for 29 hours down there for no fucking reason because of the way that they're booking the loads? So I call him. I'm like, look, man, it's 8 o'clock. I know you gotta wait. You can't book a load until 8. So at the end of the day, I'm waiting on the load. He don't call me back. 9 o'clock comes. I'm on the phone with somebody talking about what's going on. He texts me at 8:58. Oh man, I'll call you in a second. The nigga calls me back a half hour later. All right, here we go again. 10 o'clock. Basically, then he want me to drive to Ocala to pick up a load of water, to bring the water to Anniston, Alabama, up 413 or 431, which is the Hell's Highway. The same load that I turned down 5 weeks ago with the nigga from Lawrenceville. What's the likelihood that the broker is gonna book me to be on the same fucking highway that I turned down just a few weeks ago? You mean to tell me that the broker didn't have no other loads? Either you fucking working with this nigga to piss me off, you don't give a shit, or the broker's trying to piss me off, and you don't give a shit anyway because you just trying to make your money and you don't give a fuck. So I called him to talk to him about the road, because I don't know it. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. He started yelling at me. Yo, man, I thought you was trying to work, man. I ain't got time for this, man. I take it all the time, man. If you ain't trying to do, this that whole shit. Why are you whining, motherfucker? Me and you talking. You can talk to me as a man. Yo, look, It ain't that bad, B. So you mean to tell me, sir, that if it start raining, I should be straight? Yo, just slow down, you be good. You know, all right, fine, we can talk. That's not what's going on. He's yelling at me. So I call back the other dude I be talking to, and I'm like, yo, listen, man, you know, what the road look like? He was like, when you get on it, it's a lot of twists and turns, and a lot of the time when you're going around the turns, your rear trailer tandems will be in the other lane. So it's like a 2-lane highway to me with twists and turns, and then I gotta go through the mountains and a national park to get to I-20. It's a back route. 5-6 weeks ago, when the nigga tried to send me down there, it was the same shit. Pick up around 4 or 5, get there for 10. Take the highway to hell. That's what it's called. What is the irony, the percentage of irony, coincidence, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that I come to this company, they send me on a fucked up load to go down, trying to make me look like I'm unable to deliver. Ensure that there's rainstorms, so that slows me down. Make sure the fifth wheel is pushed all the way back, so I can't push fast. And then the next load is back on the Hell's Highway that I did not take 6 weeks ago. You mean to tell me that's not harassment? You mean to tell me there was no other load? Nothing else but to go to Alabama and take the Hell's Highway? You mean to tell me that the broker that's booking the shit, giving it to him, is not fucking with me directly? Knowing that I'm not going to take the load because the objective was never for me to fucking take the load. The objective was for me to get in this truck and they entrap me like I want to go to Florida and do some dumb shit just to go back to Atlanta. So the whole objective was never for me to go to Alabama or come down there to pick up and go back to get loaded at the receiver and come back to Atlanta and work for him. The objective was to get me in this fucking vehicle, hoping and praying I do something stupid and then I get arrested. Why do these people have the time and the availability to give me a truck to do something stupid, but they don't have the time and ability to give me a truck to make a profit, to take care of my family, to give me safe loads, to give me fair loads with times of delivery that are feasible. And all I get is ignorance. Oh, you asked me for a job, man. I gave you work. You ain't trying to work. You know, that ignorant shit, that overarching statements, over-embellishing fucking arguments to make me look small and like I don't want to work or I got some fucking problem. So, when yesterday he told me, hey, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you can either wait for tomorrow for a load or come back. You already firing me. You ain't saying to me, yo, Brandon, just sit tight, man, till tomorrow. We'll get a load out of there. That's what the dude in Chicago would have told me, Milan. So why this nigga not doing that? Even the nigga from Lawrenceville, the white dude from Lawrenceville would have been like, all right, I'll get you a load out of here. He's not like, yo, man, you can either bring the truck back here or wait for a load. You just trying to throw the ball in my court to see what the fuck I'm gonna do. Now, if I was on some mischief or some dumb shit, then I would have been like, oh yeah, man. Oh shit. I'm coming back to Atlanta now. I fucked with this nigga to get a goddamn job, B. And this is what the fuck he does to me, man. Playing goddamn games, reindeer games. Working with the broker to make sure there's reindeer games. And then he's gonna sit there and talk shit about me as though I'm doing something to him and I'm fucking with his business. Why is he doing this to me? Why is the broker doing this to me? So this morning, I said to him straight, yesterday, I delivered at 4. You know most people that come to Tampa, you told me there was going to be, the receiver was going to reload me and I would be heading back. And that was the route. I'd pick up in Villa Rica, go down to Riverview, Florida, drop off the load, pick up a load at the same receiver on the shipping side, come right back to Atlanta. That's how you're going to run me. And sometimes, if I don't get that load, sometimes then I will book you a load with a broker. You're reassuring me that there's a way out, and you got that connection. Now, I ain't say that. I ain't say that, man. I ain't never told you that. So now it's my word against yours or some bitch shit, my nigga? This is what you send me down here for? What are you doing? So now I'm like, okay. So today he run the same shit. So I said to him, I said, yo, look, why you didn't tell me yesterday, Brandon, ride up to Jacksonville, wait for a load tomorrow, we'll get something out of Jacksonville. That's what most people do when they go to Florida, if they can't get nothing out of Florida. Yo, man, I don't need you to tell me how to run my business, man. I got 6 trucks, man. I got 6 trucks. My formula works. If my formula didn't work, I wouldn't be in business. I wouldn't have 6 trucks. You can't tell me what... Dude, what are you talking about, man? If you was in this business that long, you would have saw that the fucking 5th wheel was fucked up and you would have slid it. And nobody would have been driving your shit like this, because there's no way you can drive it and save on fuel that way. So if I'm coming in your business and you losing fuel because your 5th wheel is all the way back like that, obviously you don't give a fuck about spending money. Because I wouldn't even fucking driving my shit like that, wasting on fuel, trying to pull a trailer when I can balance it out on a 5th wheel. So it's obvious you don't know what you're doing, or you're lying to me, or you picked up the fucking truck from somebody else who pushed the 5th wheel back there so it can slow me down in a thunderstorm so that I can be fucked over. And whoever booked the load knew that there was going to be severe thunderstorms more than likely when they booked it, and that's why they sent me there. This whole shit is orchestrated for my demise, man. Whether it be financially, or so I can't work for the guy, or he get pissed off at me, or to get me into some type of trouble that I'm not involved in. And you know what? He tells me, so I said to him, I said, yo, listen, let me just talk to you real quick. I called him after he told me to go to Anderson. And I said to him, I said, yo, I just want to talk to you, man. 6 weeks ago, I declined the load going up that highway. It's called the Highway to Hell. And now I come to you, all of a sudden I'm on the same route to go to Alabama. I said, that don't make sense to you? Look, man, none of that's my problem, man. I got other stuff to do, man. Look, man, you ain't pulling the load, man. I just canceled the load. Let's go ahead and bring my truck back to the yard, man. Nigga, that's what the fuck you was telling me to do yesterday. You left it up to me. And then you're gonna book a bullshit, bogus, fucked up load with the same parameters that I had 6 weeks ago that I declined because it was too dangerous based on the time that I was leaving, and I'm the problem for that, right? I'm the bitch ass nigga who don't want to work, right? This is the picture that they painting. So I'm bringing the dude truck back to his yard right now from Roland freight carriers out of Lagrange, Georgia. And I don't think he operating on his own, because he did the same fucking bullshit the nigga Bertram did at Bravo Logistics. I put in an application, he ran me on the insurance, somebody called them, told them some fucked up shit about me, and they staged this shit again. When is this gonna stop? When is there gonna be somebody to help people in these situations? Because I know I'm not the only person going through this shit. So now I'm in Georgia. I just made it up here, and I'm bringing the nigga shit back. Now I gotta still go look for another job again. Why do these brokers have the right to play with people's money and play with people's lives and send people they don't like on dangerous routes and send people they want to succeed on successful, free, open, safe routes? And when you don't want to take a dangerous route, you're not a professional. You don't want to work because you know they fucking with you. I'm bringing his shit back right now, and when I stop off at the truck yard, then I'm also gonna do another video as a follow-up. So let me finish getting where I'm going, so I can give him his shit back, so he can give it back to Schneider National, and I go figure out what my next move is. So I just got back to Lagrange, Georgia here, and this is the truck parking where the place where I picked up the dude's truck at. Bringing back the truck with no damage. This is the quarter panel. No damage. That's how the light's really supposed to look. That's how this one is all dim and shit. So I couldn't really see nothing on that side. Front, there's no damage. Brought it back in the same condition that I took it. Quarter panel. No damage. Basically clean. No damage. Adjusted his fifth wheel. And got the truck where it needs to be in line with this, as opposed to being back here, so that it's ass heavy. Got his fifth wheel locked in between these two, as opposed to being back here on those two. So his fifth wheel and his trailer is now fully centered, so that when the next driver pulls the load, it's going to be even. No matter how it's loaded, it won't be overloaded on the red tandems. Looking at the trailer, this damage was there before. I didn't do that. See how rusted it is? It's been there. Alright. Pull his tandems back. Same thing. This is his door. I have nothing in there. It's empty. No damage to the back of his trailer. No damage to his tandems. Lights work. Now, because the trailer fifth wheel was pulled back so far, look at the damage on his wire. He was telling me he drove it, people driving it for 2 years without a problem. But he was spending so much money in fuel with the fifth wheel being pulled back so far. But you can see the damage in the green wire from the fifth wheel being back so far. Right. Now it's time for me to pack my shit because of the circumstance. And whether he knows or he doesn't know what's going on with me personally, whether he knows or he doesn't know what's going on with me personally, the broker basically sent me down to Tampa. Once again, as a recap, gave him the load to Tampa. Told them I had to be loaded for 10 o'clock. I mean, unloaded for 10. And basically book something back. So let's say, for instance, I got unloaded at 10 a.m. and I did sit on that property for the interim of the 10-hour break from maybe 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. During the break, I still wouldn't have took the full break because I would have been sleeping. Then I would have get up at the 6th hour. Then I would have had to back in. Then I would have to get unloaded, and I still would have been doing that throughout the DOT break while I'm not supposed to be doing anything anyway. But let's say, for instance, I did get there at 2 a.m. I took a 10-hour break. It turned out that it turns into 10 a.m. I get unloaded. There should have been another load to pick up in Tampa or around that area for 10 to maybe noon. The question is why that load wasn't available today. So it's a lot of bullshit that's going on, because if there was going to be a load yesterday, why wasn't that load here today for me to pick up? And the only load is going up the highway to hell back into Anniston, Alabama, which was once again the load that I declined 6 weeks ago when I was working for Issa Trucking in Lawrenceville. So for some particular reason, the broker knows that I turned down the load with ISA Trucking in January, and then they booked me a load to go up the same highway again today. The reason why I'm here parked right now is because that highway is labeled the highway to hell. It's a subliminal message by the broker, especially booking it twice. Once again, in any brokerage you're in, car brokerage, freight brokerage, home brokerage, your job is to broker. Broker means bring two people together. If loads are available on a load board, that means that a load is not being brokered. That load has already been brokered, and it has been posted. Large carriers, Schneider National, JB Hunt, CRST, these people are also brokers. Their job, when they don't have a load, is to make one. That is what brokerage is. Those carriers, because they also are freight brokers, never really have a driver sitting, because if a load needs to push out next week Friday, they can still have someone pick it up today. It's a benefit for the warehouse. It moves out early, gets to the destination earlier for the person who purchased the items, and they're benefiting. Or if a driver cancels on a load today, there's always a load available. So another company, if the broker says, hey, you got anything that didn't pick up today? Oh yeah, this guy was supposed to get here at 5 o'clock. His tire blew. He's not going to make it, so he canceled the load. That's a load that you can give to somebody. Brokerage is just not going onto the board and picking what's on the board, and then if nothing's on the board, you tell the driver that there's no load. And that's what these large carriers and these brokers do to people who they don't want to make money. They do it to small carriers. They do it to people like me, who they allegedly from ISA Trucking. The guy said there's some type of list amongst brokers, and if you end up on the no load list, then they'll do these things to you. So maybe I'm on that no load list, and once they registered that it was me, they sent me someplace, sat me down, played the game, and then said, oh yeah, that is him, we've confirmed it. So he needs a load to get out of there. Let's actually broker a load down the path he declined previously, as a form of harassment or to oust me out of the position that I'm currently in now. If I talk to the owner and he's a part of it, then that's the case. If I talk to the owner and he's not a part of it, then the owner's gonna get upset with me as though I'm a lazy driver, and this is the evil that these people create by creating animosity between the owner and the driver. Now, it's obvious that the brokers have a personal problem with me. That's not my business, and it's malicious at this point, because for you to book me down the same path in the same order, in the same manner that you did previously 6 weeks ago when I declined the load, you know, or somehow in the database it is known that I declined that load. So you have two options. You can maliciously broker a load going that way to deter me or get me upset, or you can find another load. He sent me to go to Ocala to pick up. I don't have to go to Ocala to pick up. There's so many places in Florida to go. I could have went to Orlando to pick up. I was right there by Orlando, right? I could have went to Ocala and picked up, but went somewhere else. So the same shipper that was sending me to this Anniston, Alabama, the broker could have said to the person, hey, do you have a load going to Atlanta? Do you have a load going somewhere else other than Alabama? And then negotiated that, because the objective was for me to actually come back to Georgia to pick up another load to go back down. This broker has decided to make sure that they broker a load going down a place that I've already declined, knowing that the likelihood of me declining it would be high, and then the likelihood of the owner getting upset with me as a lazy driver who can't perform, right, takes place, and then I'm out of the business. And this is the maliciousness in regard to the brokerage aspect of the business that's been going on with me since I've been in the business, and especially for the past six months. Now, once again, I'm going to say it again as a recap before I get out of this man's shit, right? When the trailer fifth wheel, that little wheel right there, is right here. You see how the fifth wheel lines up with this tire? Okay, but it's a full trailer. So because it's a full trailer, the weight is not going to be distributed on this axle. The weight of the whole trailer is going to start to be distributed right here in the middle of the two tandems, right? Because of the way that this bulkhead is. So when this wheel is all the way back here, which it was when I picked it up, these two pins were all the way back here. I picked up a load of only 38,000. Max could be 45 depending on the trailer you're pulling, right? I was overweight on this axle. Nobody drives with the fifth wheel that far back. Watch, I'm gonna show you. Look at this man's trailer. Where is his shit? Right here. Where is his fifth wheel? Right here. Where is the weight distributed on the remainder of the tandems? Right here. Okay. Why would this guy give me a trailer with tandems pulled all the way back? I could go to another truck and do the same shit to show you that I'm not crazy. Okay? Once again, I'll go to this one. Where is the fifth wheel? It's right here on these tires, so that the weight is distributed in the middle of the two tandems. So exactly what I'm trying to explain to you. The shit is either a setup for me to get fucked over, making the truck ass heavy and slowing me down, in addition to the rain, right? And then blaming me for not making a load on time while I'm driving the shit like this. And no one sets the fifth wheel like that at all if they have common sense in this business. So long story short, I'm ending this at 738.456.8. Once again, as a recap, the guy booked me a load to Tampa. He told me when I first spoke to him on the phone that he has regular loads going back and forth from Florida. And if I work with him, I can pick up in Villa Rica, Georgia, drop off in Tampa. The place where I drop off in Tampa, they also will reload me. Then I will come back to Georgia, and I'll do that about 3 or 4 times for the week and be back home on Fridays. I get down there with all of these mechanical issues, slows me down. I get torrential rains where down the whole of 75 in Florida, it says severe weather. So if it's severe, because I'm on a peninsula, I really should be pulling over. I didn't do that. I drove all the way down to exit 326 before the cusp of the spread toward Orlando and Tampa. And then my actual route, which I have a snapshot of, had 2 blocks on I-75 going south. There was no way that I was going to make it there. And I had just stopped to take a 10-hour break. I drove 50 minutes to an hour to get here to pick up his truck. He made me do PC an hour and something to go back to Villa Rica. And then I drove a full 11. So Sunday to Monday morning, I drove 13 and a half hours, which is illegal. And then on top of that, he's frustrated that I didn't deliver. He's telling me his other friend went to Orlando, left at 7 p.m., got to Orlando, unloaded, and was reloaded. And I'm the lazy one who just didn't make it and I'm not showing basically that I want to work, right? And then when I call him up today to get a load, he's fumbling around, he's not booking the load, he's telling me he doesn't have anything by 9, then by 9:30, he calls me, but then he doesn't know what he's doing, he doesn't have anything, and then he has to make another call. So he's obviously going back and forth with somebody, a broker, somebody he's going back and forth with, and whoever he's going back and forth with, they're determining how to deal with me and what they're doing. And this is the manipulation that goes on in this business. This is not just transporting freight. When you do this business as a driver, you're away from your family, you're all alone, okay? You're in a position where you're out here with other drivers. They can be drunk drivers, they can be people under the influence of alcohol and drugs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you have to be on the defensive 100% to be safe while you're operating this vehicle to deliver. So expecting people just to speed 90 miles an hour ignorantly because people do it, that's not professional safe driving of a commercial vehicle while you're transporting a freight across state lines. That is not responsible, and it's not safe, and it's not intelligent. And because I like to maintain 55 to 60 miles an hour, I'm being treated as though I'm slow and I don't care, when the real issue is I'm not crashing and fucking up my license. The number one question when you go to a company is, how is your MVR? And the MVR is always good because I practice safety first. Last thing I wanted to say about that, if you look at my index finger, it's partially cut off. All right, I was in the Air Force. I tried to cut some metal. I wasn't paying attention. I became complacent. And that's why I don't have the fucking tip of my finger, in addition to the fact that I didn't have proper supervision teaching me shit on the base. So last but not least, I'm gonna pack my shit and get out of here. I don't have nothing in here. This is his cards. He has a Bank of America debit card and a multi-service fuel card right here. I'm gonna put these inside of the bill of lading for the delivery. And while I'm packing my stuff, I'm gonna have this conversation, okay? In this business, there's all types of people. And sometimes you drive down the highway and you actually see people that are 80 years old driving, 70 years old driving. And you start to wonder, man, this dude's an old fart, man. Right? How is he doing this? Okay, let's say for instance this dude has some form of incontinence, or the guy's in a position where he's slow. Okay, you're not expecting that guy as a driver to be speeding 90 miles an hour. Okay, if you're a broker, right, and you know that Richard Samuels is 90 years old, you're not going to send him down the highway to hell, right? You're going to say, oh my goodness, Samuel, I know you, I've been working with you for 30 years. Let me find you a load. And then if you can't get the load for Samuel, what you do? You broker him a load that's safe, because you don't want to send the 80-year-old dude down the highway to hell. So, in essence, I'm not 90. I'm not 70. I'm not 80. Because I'm not 90, because I'm not 70, because I'm not 80, these people have the right to send me down these dangerous fucking paths. And when I choose not to do so, for my safety, I don't want to work and all of this garbage. When at the end of the day, they have a choice of where they send me. Now, as I talk about this business and how it really works, once you buy your own truck, which I've had already, you get to book your own shit. So let's say, for instance, I have my own truck. For those people who don't understand trucking, and they're just city people who don't understand the business side, not just the working side, the business side, right? Let's say I'm sitting here at this truck stop. I stopped because I'm out of hours. In October of last year, I delivered right down the street, and somebody cut the spring on the trailer, and I had an issue with that. So there is some type of issue with being down here in this area, or some type of assholes who are willing to sabotage people's shit for the benefit of whatever. So anyway, I had delivered down the road. So let's say today I just delivered down the road, right? And I come over here, and it's my truck. And now I need a load, right? Okay? And there's a whole bunch of warehouses around there. And I don't know what's over there for real. But I know there's some warehouses over there. And let's say a load is going down the highway to hell, which is 431 in Alabama. Another load is going here, another load is going there. Okay, even if there's one going to Kentucky, I don't want to go down the highway to hell. So I tell the broker, I say, hey, listen, man, I want to take the load going to Kentucky. It's out of my way, but it's good money. I might be away from my family for another day to a day and a half, but I know that there's going to be a load coming out of Kentucky coming back south. So I'll be able to still drop anyway, and then put myself into a position where I make a little extra change, and I don't have to go where I don't want to go. When you work for these companies, right, what they do is they like to send you down dangerous routes, because their objective is that you are competition, right? You have a CDL. This is a license-based business. So due to the fact that it's a license-based business, when you have a license, that's a license to do business. For people who don't understand what licenses are, I'm going to repeat this again. And like I told my female yesterday, or the day before, a degree don't mean shit. Sad to say, people go into debt, and people feel that a degree is going to save them. But a degree is the bottom of the totem pole. A certification is above that. And then above a certification actually is a license. People don't understand that their driver's license can make them $1 trillion. Literally. No bullshit. It's a license. To what? To do business. If you want to use the license for personal carry, if you want to use the license just to drive around, that was your choice. You can upgrade the license to a Class B and then begin to do Class B work. You can upgrade the license to a Class A and do this work, and you make money. Class B's make money, dump trucks, all that shit. Class A makes money. The minimum you'll make with a CDL, if you own your own vehicle, is about $200 a day. $200 a day minimum, okay? That's good money, just with a fucking driver's license and a high school diploma. You don't need to go to college to make money, okay? You get a certification, that's because you didn't want to go to college. You spend $2,500, you get a cert, but the cert is a direct education in a particular field. So most of the time they hire people with a cert over a degree, because you are particularly trained for this specific service. And then a license is obviously a license to operate a business, and that's what a license really is. So, with all of that said, there's no need for people to be driving around, going down dangerous shit, dangerous routes for people, okay, due to the fact that people are just trying to get them to fuck up, so they can't maximize the abilities that the license can provide. And this is what really takes place in this business. They offer you a job, they give you the job, the quote-unquote job. You're an independent contractor, so it's not a job, okay? It's really not a job, all right? You're independent. You're out here by your fucking self. So being independent, if you fuck up, it's all on you. It's not on them. So why are you hired by them? Why do these big companies hire, quote-unquote, hire drivers? They're not hiring drivers. What they're doing is they're monitoring people. They're making profit off of people's ignorance to the ability of the license. And then they're putting themselves into a position where they can send you down the most dangerous places, and you X'd out of the ability to establish your business. This is not a fucking job. This is a business. So when someone's gonna tell me to go down the fucking highway to hell 2 or 3 times, as far as I'm concerned personally, they're telling me to go to hell. Okay? They're doing it more than once, subliminally. And then I don't have to go down that route if it's not my vehicle. I mean, if I don't want to lose my shit. Okay? As long as I'm safe, I'm driving safe, and I'm in a position where I don't put myself at risk, I can get another job because it's license-based. Okay? So what they have to do if you don't fuck up or you're not fucking up is try to make you look like a degenerate. Put you into circumstances and get people frustrated with you. Have you have a resume of 90 companies, which they're doing to me now. So by this dickhead doing that bullshit, it's another piss test. Every time you take a piss test, it puts you into a position where that's on your DAC report as an employer. And then when you go somewhere, they say, why you got so many jobs? You're the problem. So the people from the beginning, since 2012 when I got this license, Schneider National, and whatever other fucking company has decided to jump on the bandwagon. If you look at my resume, it's this company. Since last year, August, I worked at Bravo Logistics. I worked at fucking First Platinum Trucking in Chicago. I just worked for Issa Transport where they pulled this bullshit with the highway to hell shit. And then start fucking me over the load, sitting me down in Durham. And then now I came to this dude and he did the same fucking shit with the broker. Did the same fucking shit. Booked me to go somewhere that I got family or I know somebody. Sit me down there for I don't know what the fuck reason. And then also put me into a position mechanically that I wouldn't get there on time so I could sit. Okay? And I already previously told my mom and this other dude I'm going to be sitting down there for 29 hours and it turned out to be 25. And then book a load that they know I already declined so that this guy can get frustrated with me and tell me, fuck you, you're fired, drop my shit off, you don't want to work. Or he's a part of the deal anyway, and it was like some type of entrapment scheme. This is not business. This is not what people sign employment contracts for. This is not what people are trying to go through while they're trying to pay their bills and take care of their families. Okay? So I don't know what these people get out of doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's very highly unprofessional. If you don't know me, you don't know me. Don't make assumptions of who I am and what I am and run around and tell people lies and then have the broker, tell them just let me do what I'm doing and then fuck me over and then make me look like shit. And this is what keeps going on. Okay, I got in the fucking truck on Monday, on Sunday evening. That same load that I picked up at 4 to rush over here, as I said in the previous video, he was supposed to have me come here, pick up the fucking truck, go to the pilot in Villa Rica, sit down there as a respect to a driver and his fucking tiredness. Because I had to get up early in the goddamn morning to get my shit ready, to come here for 11 o'clock, to go over this fucking ELD shit with him, to motherfucking go over all his paperworks, right? To make sure that I was straight, to take the truck to do a pickup. So it's an hour from the house here. It's another hour to go all the way back up there. And he could have came down here because he said he lives here, he got family here. He could have drove his shit up there, met me at the Walmart in Union City, gave me the truck, did all that shit up there. I would have went down the road 20 minutes, 30 minutes max, picked up the load, and then headed down there. He makes sure I got to come here to fucking Lagrange, Georgia truck stop. 50 fucking miles from the house, which is an hour. Then drive all the way back up north, right, for an hour to an hour and a half. That's already 2 hours driving. And then, if you're going to do that, and you have respect and courtesy for a fucking driver, you don't book a load over 350 miles that day. You don't do it. You know why? The driver is tired. I had to get up around 7:30 that day, right? So if you want me to deliver something by 10 o'clock the next day, but it's the 4 o'clock pickup, 11 hours from 4 o'clock is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So you're trying to create a dangerous situation where I'm going to be awake for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 for 20 hours. Why would you do that to me? And you wonder why the fuck I told him he can take this shit and shove it up his ass on top of the fact that they trying to send me down the highway to hell again? You know that this shit runs on time frames, and drivers have to get sufficient rest to do this job. So just being a fucking professional and giving a shit The broker included, not just the owner. Maybe he don't know what he's doing, but the broker does. I was not supposed to leave on Sunday. I was supposed to come here, pick up this truck. After I finished doing all this paperwork shit with him, then he was supposed to say, Brandon, I was going to negotiate the load for you. If he gives a shit about the drivers that he has. It don't got to be me. Chris, Andre, whoever. I booked you a load. It's going to go down to Tampa on Monday. Come and meet me on Sunday. Pick up the truck. Drive the truck to the pilot in Villa Rica. You got a 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock pickup. That means I'm leaving by 8, 9 a.m. And then I got the whole day. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 7 p.m. to get down there. And then I would do what? Drop off on Tuesday morning. Okay, we went through this in another video. Okay? Drop off Tuesday morning as early as possible. Now there's mad time to get a load because I'm first in. Okay? The door said they take deliveries from 9 to 12. So I would have been the first guy there 9 a.m. tomorrow. Okay? That gives time to get a load. Now remember he said that where I deliver is where I pick up. Which is why I took this job. So the first thing I would have did now, after I delivered at 9, got unloaded by 10, I would just drove around the building, backed up to a dock, got loaded, and that was allegedly supposed to bring me back to Atlanta, okay, which would have been Wednesday morning, because I would have had the whole day Tuesday from 10 o'clock, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right, to 8 p.m. tomorrow to get as close to Atlanta as possible. After that, I'll take a nap, 10-hour break, boom, drop that shit off Wednesday morning, okay? Wednesday morning, I pick up back in Villa Rica, okay? Boom, right back down again. Latest by 11 o'clock, I'm leaving. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Latest 9 o'clock, I'm getting back down there. But guess what? It don't deliver till Thursday morning, so I'm good to go. I can stop early, take a 10-hour break, deliver on Thursday morning, pick up again, maybe the latest by 10, 11 at the same location, pick up, because he said it's at the same location, drive around the building Thursday morning, go to the shipping side, get loaded, drive all the way back up to Georgia Thursday, and then what? Deliver on Friday, and then park his shit here, get in my car, go home, come back out, do it again Monday. How was that possible, okay, at all, leaving on Sunday? It was never possible. I calculated that when he told me about the load Friday, and I called my mother and this dude I know named Mr. Elijah, and I said, these people are fucking with me, and they're going to send me down there to sit the fuck down by Tampa for 30 hours. I got close enough. The whole shit is shut down with all this garbage. I did a 10-hour break. 10-hour break led into the whole fucking day gone in regard to trucking. I get down there by 3. I'm unloaded. There's no other load. Sat me down there again for another 15 fucking hours for I don't know, God knows what. I had to pay $15 to park and all this other bullshit. And then the guy goes and tells me, hey, I don't really have no loads coming out of Florida. We got to use the broker. And then the broker books a load I declined 6 weeks ago. This video and what I just said in that last sentence, if I'm fucking crazy and I'm stupid and I need to go to the G building, anybody watching this video, you tell me what the likelihood of getting the same exact route as a driver to go down a route that you declined 6 weeks ago as a second load after this one is fucked up and it's made with all these delays to make me look like I can't work, and then now that's the one I'm going to decline. Is that not malicious brokerage? Is that not harassing brokerage? The way that the loads are being distributed, the way that the load is being given, the way that the load is the type of load that's being given. It's all harassment. So now, again, another piss test, another job down, okay? Another job on my DAC report in short time And people can start making up lies and stories. Look, he got in here, he left here. He got in here, he left here. Oh, it's only 2 days. Something's wrong with this guy. He must be up to something. And that could be a lie someone could be saying about me, but then I'm not there to defend it. And when these people talk amongst themselves, they can conspire whatever they want, whoever they are. So at the end of the day, I'm here, I'm about to pick up my car. We did an outside walk around. And this is an interior walk around. It's my vest. I have a magazine I picked up $5. My rain glasses. I bought some rain shoes or some snowshoes I use in the rain. I got a bucket of water, my wallet, my actual medical card pouch that I use, a notebook that I notate mileage on, my chargers. All of this shit right here is his stuff. Oil filters, and antifreeze. I already moved my stuff from over here. I have my books in there, my book bag. There's nothing here, 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 and I don't know what this shit is down here. Okay? I'm taking all my stuff, I'm throwing it on the cot. This is a trash bag. I pissed in this cup. This is my coffee cup. This is mine, this is mine. We went over this already. This is mine. This is mine. This company who's fucking me over right now, playing games with the brokers, called Roland Freight Carriers LLC. Whether he's a part of it or not, he's a part of it now. Okay? So this shit, move it over here. Now, I didn't want to come down here. I was going to take an Uber. And the reason why was because, and this is mine, I didn't want to drive down here and park my car. I didn't feel safe with the way that the load was being given to me, the time I had to leave and all that. With all that stupidity, I really didn't feel comfortable driving my shit down here and parking it, okay? So long story short, I did it anyway. Because I'm like, you know what? I can't take an Uber back and forth every week. Because I'm thinking about permanency in employment. And obviously, permanency wasn't the plan. So, this is going on an hour almost. Let me put this light on. Alright? And then go through all of this stuff before I pack it. So, this is his shit. Okay? This has the bills of lading and stuff in there that I had before. This was his, it got soaked in the rain. So this can go here. Okay. I'm going to dump out all my shit. Where's his key? His key is there in the ignition. See it? Right there. And dump out all my shit. So this is the bag that I didn't even go in here. I only went in here for toothpicks. So I got what I got in here. I got some hair grease, some Vicks for my toenails, some pens, shit like that, fucking hand sanitizer, powder, a medical underwear, just convenient, just in case underwear, okay, and I'm gonna put this inside my bag, and before I load my bag, I'm gonna dump everything out the bag, because obviously this must be the goddamn fucking problem with these bitch ass faggot motherfuckers that keep doing this shit to me. There's nothing in here, right? Nothing in the bag. Now I'm about to load the fucking bag up. Because obviously this might be the fucking problem with these faggots. You know what I'm saying? Underwear, shirts, a fucking sweater just in case it got cold, and underwear, socks, a motherfucking blue shirt, a fucking fitted shirt, socks, 2 more underwear. I came to work. I didn't come to get fucked over by a broker and a pussy ass owner. Right? A fucking waistband, a waist trainer. This is trash. I got a plug, the toiletries bag. And I'm trying to keep this video small But I did put an updated SD card in my phone before I left, so I can do full videos without it cutting off, because normally with the 16 gig, it would cut off. And I had a feeling that bullshit was going to go down, and I wanted to make sure that the video was thorough. I got a map. My map got fucking soaked in the rain. Going down there. Dumping the vest. I got my books. Hedge fund management book. My book for the trucking. Notes. Sweater. My big t-shirt. Laundry bag. Fucking, this is trash. This Forest Trader shit, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I just wanted to look at it. A fucking gloves. Okay, I got some headphones. I got my license. I put it in my pocket. I got my pouch with my driver information. I got my cord. I'm going to use this when I get back in my car. I have my shirt. I thought I was going to be working and doing a good job and being treated with some respect, so I bought this band to do exercise with. One of these exercise bands, and I didn't get a chance to use that. I have some holes, some toothpicks, $5. The plug for my new phone. There's my phone right there. I got my trucking cup. I got my pen. I got my rain glasses. I got a trash bin. I have my bed sheet. And I have my charger. So, while I was showing you guys the fifth wheel issue, if you notice, there's a pussy from, and this is my boot. There's a pussy from Schneider National parked over by my car. When I came here, the other guy who came allegedly from Covington, Georgia, first thing he said was, "Oh, you giving me the Schneider truck," because it's orange. So it's obviously Schneider has something to do with it. He was supposed to put some fear in my heart or some shit, but I don't give a fuck because I just came to go to work. And whatever these people got going on is their business. And then I have my map. So I'm ready to start walking to the car. Where I put my keys at? That's the biggest issue right now. I have my car keys. I don't know where they are. That's a bad thing because I should have put it in the bag somewhere. I think I did. Nope. And they were actually right here. Let's see. I had them. Let's see. Where's the car? Car keys. So, this is basically everything other than my car keys. And I'm hoping that someone didn't break into the truck and then take my car keys. So I think I'm gonna have to possibly dump everything back out and look again. Let's see. Or did I put it in this flap right here? I had them. I saw them right there. They were dangling around. Now it's time to get out of here. I can't find them. So, there was a guy from Warner Enterprises who pulled in before I left the other day. And then now there's a Schneider National guy parked over by my car with the lights on. So, you know, he's just sitting the fuck around while I'm looking. Oh, I was about to forget my radio glasses. Get that. Okay, so I don't know what my car keys are. Let's see one time again because it has my house keys on it. So let's go through this bag because I dumped out everything. So no house keys, no car keys. No house keys, no car keys. I don't put anything on the sides of the bag. My shoes have no car keys, no house keys. The floor has no car keys, no house keys. Let's see. This is the type of voodoo too that these people be doing when you drive. A lot of times they'll have people show up, break in your truck, stuff like that. So this is the cup. This is this. Maybe I dumped it in that bag with the toiletries and I didn't see it because it's at the bottom. That's more than likely where it is. Got my shirt, I got my headphones, calls, some fucking books. Do this again. This is laundry. Damn, I got a fucking piss. Welcome to trucking. I got the piss cup right there. 2 books. This. Okay, clothes. Put it over here. It's not there. It's not there. This. Powder. This. What's this? No keys in this bag. I'm really glad I changed out that SD card. I need to find these keys. Oh, here they are. Got my keys. Dump everything back in there. And this is not to be graphic or anything. I have to urinate. What truckers do. This is the life. You gotta piss in a cup most of the times just to keep moving. I don't have time to sit around going inside this place to just take a piss. So I got my keys. Now on the way to the car, right? I'm gonna show you the Snyder National nigga that's sitting there. And then on top of that, like I said before, when I left, when I was leaving, when I came, the guy was talking to, oh, this is Snyder, you gave me the Snyder truck. He said he drove all the way from down here to Moreland Avenue to wash the truck, which is some stupid shit. Because from here, I wouldn't go to Moreland to wash the truck. I'd just go to Howell Mill Road. It's far enough. But to say you have to go to Moreland Avenue, obviously you're going by Snyder National. This right here, same thing Bertram said. There by Moreland Avenue, you know, Brandon, you know. When I try to get my son in a school, you know. Lying motherfucker. Yeah. So this. 2 shirts. Now I don't have a way to lock this dude's truck. He said he has police officer family. He's from here. And all that type of jazz. So with that said, when I came here, the key was just in there. And he wasn't here. So he never gave me the key. He left the key in there. And I'm not going to take his key. So just leave the key. I'm going to take it out the ignition. And I'll put it in one of these envelopes. And put the envelope down here. That's respectful. You know what I'm saying? Exercise band. I got my shirt. You know, you have to understand that this is really a daunting experience for me. Because it keeps happening. And people keep looking at me as though I'm crazy. So this guy I know told me last August, he said, I want you to watch this video. And the video was actually on The video was on this topic called gang stalking. And I thought when he mentioned it that, you know, it's like government personnel stalking gang members. That's not what it's about. Then he said, no, that's not what it's about, man. You ain't looking into it. And I got ignorant again. And I said, oh, okay. You know, it's about people stalking you as a gang of people. Lo and behold, today I went on the internet and I pulled up a video on YouTube about it. And it blew my mind. It was actually talking about a government program that's actually designed to stalk intelligent people and destroy their lives by making them poor and impoverished, making them their lives fucked up because they're some type of excuse my bad, making them some type of threat to society or some bullshit, and then fucking their lives up so that they lose all their friends and shit, and then they become isolated, and then when they're isolated they can be fucked with and shit like that. And you know, I don't know what to believe about that or not, but I can have an idea that that's what's been going on with me because of the details of what I'm going through. And like right now, the female I'm with, she's looking at me like I'm a loser. This is the 4th job you've had in this amount of time. Something is wrong with you. I spoke to my mom the other day. She said the same thing. Something is wrong with me. I'm going nuts. And that's what they said on the thing. They said the objective of the program is to make you look like you're nuts. And it will repel people from you. And when you become isolated, then you find yourself into a situation where the people who are doing this to you can continue to control and manipulate you. But it's a form of penalty and ostracizing you because you are too intelligent. And that's basically the gist of what the program said. These people have PhDs, they're doctors, they have access to highly sensitive technological information, and they're actually able to utilize the knowledge as opposed to just having it and not using it. So his keys are in here. His tablet is in here. His paperwork is in here. The bill of lading for the delivery is in here. And this is just another envelope on top. So this can go here. Okay. So long story short, I believe that that's what's been happening to me for a very, very long time. And if this chick leaves me or wants me gone because I keep going through this harassment on the job, and just to add to the video, this harassment just didn't happen here. When I was working at Easter Trucking, they told me to go down the highway to hell. Then they sent me to Durham, sat me there like they did in Tampa, didn't give me shit, and they started running me all around, fucked up my home time. I came back and said, fuck the shit. So I went ahead and got my mortgage originations license like 2 weeks after that. Within 4 weeks. I had to take off a week and a half to 2 weeks, and then I took the course, and then I passed the national exam within 10 days of the course. And it's like I went to Labor Ready to do day labor. They didn't take me. I couldn't go back to Uber because they already gave me a vehicle. I went to the mortgage course, passed it. I'm calling around. No one will hire me. Okay? Because I've kind of like been blacklisted by the Air Force. I applied to SunTrust Bank. SunTrust Bank has now been acquired by BB&T. BB&T's headquarters is Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Winston-Salem, North Carolina VA keeps blocking my VA application for benefits. So this is a whole syndicate of shit. A lot of people say to me, well, you're not that important. It's not about being important or not being important. It's about rich folk who are scared and who are targeting people that they are threatened by. That's all it is. It doesn't make me special, okay? It's a very fucked up situation. I'm not honored to have to keep going through this shit. but I want to do a detailed video. Okay, this has been happening since 2012. As soon as I got my CDL, I got offered to go back to the Air Force. They asked me if I wanted to go down to Warner Robins to do an interview or go to New Jersey. I chose New Jersey because I'm like, hey, I'm in trucking. I might as well go see my family and use the opportunity. So I drove up to Jersey, parked the truck in Jersey, Schneider National's truck. I went over to New York, you know what I'm saying, got on the PATH train or whatever, chilled with my mom, saw my friends, rented a car, went down to the shit in McGuire Air Force Base, and they just had weird people coming up to me. Hey, yeah, I hate this shit, man. I don't want to get back in this shit. But I'm looking at them like, what? And then one of them said, yeah, I'm an officer, you know, and I hated this shit. But they're only saying that to get feedback from me. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And at the end, I didn't run back up there to join. So I had applied to be an Air Force officer when I was 20, and I graduated college. And never took me. Okay, so for some particular reason, as soon as I got my CDL, they wanted me to come back to the military to be an Air Force officer, and I declined. And since I declined, they've been fucking me over since. I started growing my hair again because I just fucking felt like it. Then they started to try and treat me like a criminal or tell people that I'm committing crime because I'm growing my hair. And it all has to stem from this government interaction. You understand what I'm saying? And it's unfair. 10 weeks ago, I'm driving through Birmingham, Alabama. CRST Malone fucked up my truck and did covert shit against me, broke in my vehicle, stole my licenses, all this type of shit. And I'm going back through Birmingham with the ISA trucking guy and in January. And my GPS just says, yo, I-20 off of I-65 is blocked. You got to go around this way. And if I would have went around that way, I would have had to drive past CRST Malone headquarters. Who knows who they had there waiting to pull me over or some type of dumb shit. So I pulled over and said to myself, this is bogus shit. Because off of 65 is such a sharp twist. That's the only way to get on the highway from 65. It can't be blocked. So I pulled over and I checked. And after I checked, it just cleared automatically. And then I went down 65 and made a left. So whoever's doing all of this shit to me also has the ability to fuck me over on Google Maps instantaneously. That's not the power of some nigga around the corner, Ray Ray, or whatever. So I'm just trying to show the gravity, the severity, and the scope of this circumstance. It's just not a fucked up broker. It's just not me being a lazy driver. It's not all of that. And as I look back at the whole career, it's all an entrapment scheme. This one was an entrapment scheme. Get me down to Tampa, see if I know somebody, see if I'm going to do some stupid shit, and then come back and then arrest me. When I got the truck, I got $10,000 back in taxes. This year, we didn't get back. I owed $400 in taxes, okay? So I had to pay. Okay, I've never received a check for $10,000 in taxes again. But that year, I bought a truck, got in the truck, went to Iowa of all places. You know what I'm saying? Worked out of a company out of Iowa. But if you get into trouble in Iowa and you work out of a company in Iowa, quote unquote, and you're prior military, you go straight to Leavenworth, which is right there. So everything has been an entrapment scheme for me. And it's all pre-planned. And it's not fair that people are going through this. You know what I'm saying? And there's no fucking representation at all. You know, you can claim it's because of this. You can try to legitimize because of that. But when I talk about it, people keep saying I'm being negative, I'm being subjective. They just discount the circumstance. It's not happening. You're crazy. But this is what the people who are doing this prey on. They prey on that ignorance. They prey on the fact that you will look insane. And when I got into an issue with my wife in New York, and for domestic violence, she pushed me, I pushed her back. She was punching me, I pushed her back. She kept punching. I slammed her down because she was like martial arts for Bruce Lee. She was doing straight blast and just swinging and swinging and swinging. I'm not gonna sit there and let somebody punch me up like 90 times, man. Come on. And just because I defended myself and deflected, I got arrested for domestic violence. They gave me 7 charges. They said I was facing 7 to 15 years, 7 years in prison. Then they said they would drop the charges. And then insanely, I believe the federal judge, after about 4 months, the federal judge from one of my cousin's old cases presided over my shit. And because I didn't allow them to go to trial or take their plea deal to go to an insane asylum, They stuck me with all 7 charges, even though they were supposed to drop 4. So now, technically, I'm walking around with 7 misdemeanor charges on the domestic violence, which makes no fucking sense. So I'm just showing you the scope. It's not just trucking. It's in my personal life for domestic violence. It's here with the trucking industry. It's there while I'm getting the trucking license, but then but then I need to go back to the Air Force now. It was there in college, first week of college. How many people here have a family member with a RICO case? And then we all raised our hand. I thought I was going to be the only one, or at least 1 or 2. I turned around, there's like 15 fucking people in the class. And there were about 18 people in the class, and about 7 to 8 people raised their hand. That was insane. Okay? So they had to crush that program. They don't want people whose families have been abused by the system to learn how to fight it or support or learn that it's a plot to destroy these people. And then once you learn that, you figure that out, you be like, okay, well, what can I do to educate myself about it? What can I do to free my family members? But then also, what can we do to stop it being used as a target for minorities? And all of a sudden, the program is over because it's too powerful for urban youth in an urban legal studies program. So when I look back at the life, this has been going on for more than 20 years. Okay? And, the only objective of it is to keep you poor and keep you in a position where you feel stagnant or you are not making it, and then hoping and praying on your downfall. So here I go again. It's March 5th, 2019. People are going to call me crazy when I put my shit in the car and head out. People have lost faith in me. My father died, and he died with me looking like a failure, sleeping in the streets, homeless. It's really not a happy circumstance. And it's not that I'm too proud and quitting. People are orchestrating my demise. So let me move on. I parked my shit over here. And as I said before, I didn't want to bring my vehicle because of the simple fact that I didn't trust bringing my car here. They made sure this guy is in Lagrange, Georgia, which is off of 85, going towards Montgomery, Alabama. Montgomery, Alabama is where they send you for Air Force officer training. So it's obvious that this motherfucker was close enough to Columbus, Georgia, which is Fort Benning, and close enough to the Air Force officer training site in Alabama, and then to get me to drive my vehicle here to set up this whole orchestrated deal, which was bullshit and a waste of my fucking time. Who knows what has happened to my vehicle while I was gone. So let's go over there and try and maybe see if we can determine that for ourselves. If somebody meddled with the vehicle or whatever. So I'm going to turn this off and turn that light off. I'm going to put, this is my cord. I can't leave out of this side. This whole door was locked from the inside. So let's say, for instance, I'm a dickhead. I can't open that door. Only way out is this way. I've never seen shit like this before. It's like a prison. Every time you get in this shit, they have all these prison schematic setups where you can't vacate, or you can't wind down the window. When I was working for Issa Trucking, he had the shit set up where the heat was on all fucking day while you're driving. That's gonna make a driver drowsy, right? But then you want me to drive to Alabama to go up the highway to hell and then deliver at 10 p.m. Who's gonna do that with with the heat on all night and then don't get no sleep? You bound to slide on a highway. Then I just asked a guy I know if he's ever taken that route, and he said it's so slim that when you're driving down the route, you'll put yourself into a position where the rear tandems of the truck or the trailer are actually in the other lane. So this is the type of highway, the highway to hell is Alabama 431 or 413 out of Anniston going north. And then this is what they try to send me down again to deliver for 10 o'clock today in the dark. I mean, I don't understand what these people are trying to do, but it just really and truly looks like they're trying to kill me. And if they can't do it one way, they're going to try and do it another way. And that's of no benefit to me. So I have to protect myself at all times. And when I talk to people who are not in the know, who don't understand life, what happens is they don't get it. I published a book, and the only thing that keeps my book valid, because it's not in a corporate status or corporate name, is my life. So if I pass away, the book passes away. People who haven't published material don't understand these types of legal parameters and stuff like that, and then they begin to judge you, and they don't still want to see the harms that face you that don't face them. So you can't get caught up with other people's circumstances in life. Sometimes you got to focus on your own circumstance to be in control of your own destiny. And this is why I'm leaving the vehicle right now here. So I got my boots, I got my bag, everything in my bag. If I have to face some type of harassment in a minute, I have enough juice to record that. This is the dude's vehicle. You saw where all the other stuff was. I'm gonna send him a text message. His door is closed. See if the light goes off. No. Why isn't the light going on? Maybe I have to press a button. Backlight. I don't know what that is. Let me see. Some shit in my hand to do this shit. I don't know what's going on right here with this. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Roland, man? The key is there. You want the key? Because I didn't want to leave it in the ignition phase.
Yeah, where your paperwork, man?
It's with the paperwork too. Give me a second, please. Yeah, I'm making sure everything is good for you. This right here is the envelope. This right here is the envelope. Hello? 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 And I was just trying to say to you that every truck, for the most part, the fifth wheel is aligned right here, and then that allows the weight to be distributed here. This fifth wheel was pulled back all the way back here, so I put it where it needs to be, and now it's no longer as heavy. So you're gonna be able to pull a load clean. I can do 60 miles an hour, no problem now. Before it was dragging. But this is the paperwork right here with the tablet inside, and the keys are inside also.
What about the fuel card?
Fuel card is in there and everything. If you want to check it to make sure, debit card in there too. Debit card in there too.
And I was just going back in the truck because normally that light doesn't stay on, but these two lights are on in there. And I didn't know how to turn them off, but they're the lights up front above the dashboard. Nah, it's all good, brother. Nah, it's all good, brother. I'm good. I put you through a lot. I know how you feel about drivers, you know, taking from you. It's all good, brother, man. All right?
I appreciate it, man. I wish you the best of luck.
All right, thank you, brother. Go to my car now. Back in there. I should have checked my mileage before I left, and I didn't do that either. Got some trash. I got my line here. I must boots. My atlas. And then check out my vehicle. Set, man. So once again, you know, this is just a day in the life of a truck driver that's getting fucked over by the industry and by the brokers. And a lot of times these business people are fucked over. So I didn't know it was him. He pulled up in another pickup truck. And he said he'd been watching me for a very long time. And I just want to make sure that it's documented that, you know, I'm a good person and I'm trying to just work. And, you know, this is the type of shit that I have to go through to try and earn a living out here. And it's not right at all. It's very wrong. I could have took his money. I don't want his money. Because he was fucking me over. And while he was over here fucking me over, he thought that he can buy his way out. He can hold on to his little money. And I want the money. But I'm not going to put myself in a position to take that man's money. Let that man keep his money. Okay, he used me. He manipulated me. And now, I'm not going to allow him to pay that off. I'm going to look for another job. Or I'm going to work with somebody else to get what I need to go. So now I'm about to head north on 85 to get out of here. And once again, I didn't put myself into a position to lose a job today. The brokers have been playing these same games with me for over 6 months. while I'm driving, sending me to dangerous places, telling shippers and receivers to stare in my face, sniffing my car, all type of harassing shit, sending me to places, and then doing like arrest strategies while I'm driving, sending state troopers to poke out and do all types of shit to me while I'm driving because they know the route I'm on. And when I talk to people about it, they say that I'm going nuts and I don't know what I'm talking about and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm only doing this video to tell the truth and to show what keeps happening every time I get a job. Once again, this highway to Alabama is dangerous. I'm not going to drive that highway at night. I'm not going to do it. It's already dangerous. It was going to be a 2 o'clock pickup, maybe a 1 o'clock pickup. They probably wouldn't have let me go. A lot of the times they'll say stuff like, hey, the guy's going to be there, but don't let him go until. So even if I would have left at 4 today, it would have been pitch black dark. I would have had to go up the highway to hell in Alabama. And when I got up the highway to hell, if I slid off in Alabama, I'd be being arrested in Alabama. And who knows what type of unscrupulous people are there to lie on reports or try and fuck me up. And I'm not interested in all of that. When I'm in this business, I'm clear cut. You send me from Atlanta to Dallas, I know I don't have a problem. You send me from Atlanta to Chattanooga, I know I don't have a problem. You send me to some back road shit, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not white. I am not. I'm not gonna put myself into a position to go in a dangerous route to deliver the load. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm not gonna do it. And it's just outlandish the fact that just 6 weeks ago, right? I just declined a load on that same road. I just declined a load on that road. I come to this company, that's the route they're giving me. The power that these brokers have is to kill you or save you. The role of the owner is to keep the driver safe, to make sure the driver is comfortable, and to make sure that the driver will not be jeopardized. Not just to make money and just have them go anywhere because it's $1. And as I said to somebody the other day, maybe the owners don't know. Maybe they're just putting the highest price on the load. The owner jumps on it because he's trying to make $1, and then it's really geared towards screwing me over and putting me into a situation that's dangerous. Maybe he doesn't know about anything, okay? And he's just operating, trying to make that money. And it's just designed for me, who's just went through this with ESA transportation, to leave. Because it's a sign. We know who you are. We know it's you there. So go back to where we wanted you to go the other day, or leave. And you left last time, so leave again now. So I'm going to shut this off. And then if I need to do another video, I'll have enough space and battery. I'm heading back to the house to determine what to do next.